The clock has now started on the San Jose Sharks. In 10 minutes, we're going to try to sum up and predict how the San Jose Sharks will do this year. Steve Dangle.
They're the team I have the fewest notes for. Like, hooray, James. That's all I
Well,
really
he got a starter
have.
job. Good for him.
Yeah. Well, hopefully. I mean, Aiden Hill, who knows? I think him and Aiden Hill are going to split it. But the San Jose Sharks have, after being so good for so long, even though they never got over the hump and finally won a cup, they were so good for so long, and now they feel irrelevant.
The chickens have finally come home to roost.
What? Put it this way. The Kings feel like far and away the best team in California, and they might not even make the playoffs.
Well, yeah, exactly. And like, listen, we've said with the Sharks for a year, hey,
It used to be Death Valley.
yes,
Yep.
oh, it was a
Going
murderous
through
row.
there
It was
and
terrible.
playing those teams, it used to be horrible.
But for years, we've said, listen, one day they're going to regret some of those contracts, and it seems to have finally caught up. Like, you're not. Marc-Edouard Vlasic, when you re-signed him, was an Olympian, but now he's not Marc-Edouard Vlasic anymore.
Everything they did is so much easier to stomach if you win in 2016.
Yeah.
Because then you're
Yeah.
like, we got a Stanley Cup. Can I give you guys a stat that I read in The Athletic?
Hit me.
On April 9th, the San Jose Sharks were 18, 17, and 4. They were like, oh, that's decent.
That's okay.
For the rest of the NHL season, they finished off 3, 11, and 3.
Good
From
Lord.
April 9th onwards, they had, 6, 7, 8, 9 points. Not great. It's a tanking team.
Who is listed right now as their second line left winger? This is important.
Evander Kane, I think, is their first, and that's the.
Where's
I'm sure,
Timo
I'm sure
Meier?
we'll get to that.
Timo Meier is a right winger.
No, wrong side.
LeBanc?
He's also listed as a right winger.
That's what I thought.
The name is Alexander Barabanov,
Oh, no way!
who actually
Good
played
for him.
pretty darn well when he got there.
Like, I'm not dunk on.
No, I'm not. I'm dunking on the Sharks. Like the guy was like, the Leafs couldn't get him into the lineup, so they traded him to the Sharks, and he's got a job.
Well, and what's funny is what I said is, hey, when he joined San Jose, he was really good, and he was. His individual numbers were good. I did not know the team was that
Yeah.
he's
bad around him.
And this offseason, the two main guys they really, well, besides the goaltending,
Right.
the forwards they brought in were Andrew Cagliano, old man,
Yeah,
and Nick Bonino, old man. Why is
both reliable guys.
but why are they adding in that direction?
probably to protect whatever prospects they have coming up, I would think.
I also I don't know if San Jose's a draw now.
Oh my God, it's a gorgeous place to live. You saw Joe Thornton's house go up for sale.
I don't think San Jose being
That's a
a
draw
nice
for me.
city is what Steve is talking.
Yeah, like guys want to win. Like Anaheim's nice too.
Yeah.
You
I'm sure
know?
Arizona's a nice place to live.
Yeah. L.A.
It's a pretty nice spot. Yeah, okay, fair. Well, I mean, listen, it's you got, first off, Barabanov's going to play with Hurdle and Noah Gregor. Not bad for him.
Good for him, man.
Not
Good
bad.
for
Not
him.
bad at all.
Seriously.
I also want to go through the defensive pairings because on one side, the right side all the way down, highly recognizable names.
Yeah.
On the left side, it could be names generated by NHL 2021 when you're 5 seasons in and you're drafting somebody out of Germany.
Let's
You
hear
have
it.
no idea.
Let's
Okay.
hear it.
Now, you might know these people, but they're not exactly names that you would expect to be on the top line. So
I'm excited. I don't have my glasses. I can
Who's-
see the jerseys, but not the names.
who's playing with Brent Burns?
No idea.
Mario Ferrero.
Oh yeah. That's a name that I know.
Is that the reaction? Oh, yeah. Is that the reaction we want? Not that
No.
he's bad. I'm just saying
Yeah.
it's...
Yeah. Right?
Nobody calls him Super Mario, but maybe one day.
Maybe they will.
Now, I'm going to struggle with the pronunciation here, but who's playing with Eric Carlson?
I have no idea.
Nikolai Shinjov?
Oh my God. Let me.
K-N-Y-Z-O-V.
Spell that again.
K-N-Y-Z-O-V.
I don't know who that is.
Shut up. I don't know.
Oh, sorry, man.
And then, actually, this one is the most recognizable of all of them, and he's supposed to be the third line lefty. Marc-Edouard Vlasic's partner.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh
Let's see if it gets us. I always ask Steve this.
Something Hurd. Is it Hurd?
It's not. Radim Simic.
Oh, okay.
It could be Hurd, but right now it's Radim Simic. And here's the problem too, right? So 2 brand new goalies, Reimer and Adin Hill, which should provide a heck of a lot more stability on the back end than they've had.
Well, okay, yeah, go ahead. I have thoughts.
But you have a dressing room that last year was divided, and I really think it's more like Evander Kane and everybody else. You know, he has off-ice troubles. We know that. Specifically what they are, we can't really speak to.
Their leading scorer, too.
A leading scorer and divisive in the dressing room, according to reports, and multiple reports. It's not just one. And this isn't this isn't the first time we've heard this with Evander Kane, right? We've seen this before. And then you have a leader in the room who really turned me off when he said this. Erik Carlson, when he got in front of reporters and said, "I'm not here to do a rebuild."
When did he say that?
He said that last season, like during the season. "I'm not here to go through another rebuild. I didn't sign here for that."
It's true.
It's true he didn't. But at a certain point, you're making $11.5 million. I know that this probably wasn't the situation that you wanted, but you also have access to Cap Friendly. You knew where San Jose was going. I mean, really, you knew where San Jose was going. And here's what happened, Eric.
I thought they were going to be
You took
unreal.
the money.
I thought they were going to be unreal for a few years and then drop off. I didn't think it was going to happen right away. They had the one run, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
And I think listen, I think Erik Carlson was done wrong by the Senators organization.
Yep.
But I also think that Erik Carlson sometimes acts like an NHL player that has had a lot of things maybe not handed to him. He's earned everything he's got, but acts like an NHL player who knows he's a star.
Acts like he's too good to lose.
Yes.
Yes.
And and Erik Carlson's still an immensely talented player, incredible offensive mind. He has lost a step. Can't pivot on one side of his and listen, what he did with the Senators in 2017 is amazing. But at the end of this season, it will be 2022.
Yeah. It's a long time ago.
What have you done for me lately? Said Janet Jackson.
That saucer pass is getting up there in views on YouTube because it's been up for so long.
Hoffman has played for 40 different teams.
Yeah.
And is now in Montreal.
I was about to say, did you know he's a Hab?
Yeah. I know, right? So here's what this team needs, really. Beyond whatever, maybe they surprise people and they win some games that they shouldn't. This team needs this leadership group to come together. And Brent Burns is the leader. But Erik Carlson's got to knock that shit off. Listen, if you want to trade out, if you want to figure that out, fine. But you cannot, in a dressing room that already had massive problems because of another player, be another problem in this dressing room this year. And when you get out in front of reporters and you say something like that, as much as it's absolutely true, and we all know that, tell me who that helps.
This team needs an attitude adjustment because I do think the talent's there. At least for them, there's at least enough there for them to be relevant.
I don't know if the talent's there, but the star names are there.
Yeah, well, former star names.
He can still do it.
It's funny
In
how
his own end,
the
it's shocking, but
California teams kind of mimic each other in the way that they have these large contracts where they were all really good like 4 or 5 years ago, and now they have a whole bunch of early 30s players who are on the other side of their careers.
We're going to see something really funny, though.
One of them might stick and just get it back. One group of these 30-year-olds might kick it back one more time. Who knows?
Here's what helps a team that is not great defensively.
We have 40 seconds.
Trust in your goaltending. James Reimer and Adin Hill have the Herculean task of having to be better than Martin Jones and no one else. Martin Jones, Arundel, Joseph Coronar. And the great news, I can't really speak to Adin Hill as much, but the great news with Reimer, he does his best work when he's got something to do. And the Sharks are going to give him something to do. He's a great high-volume goalie.
Where do they finish, Steve?
Oh, that being said, 7th.
Jesse.
7th
Jesse.
in the Pacific. 7th.
7th in the Pacific for me as well.
Yeah.
Not a big believer. And sorry, Eric Carlson. Looks like you're going through a rebuild.